Duffy. Rhiannon Ferguson. Hannah Grist. Olivia Humphrey. Isabella Inskip. Misra Kara. Emma Lake. Imogen Lucis Zahowska. Amelia Morgan. Ophelie Napoli. Danny Rothman. Mia Sakamoto. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the same name and by the same authority, I have the honour to present the degree of Master of Fine Art in Contemporary Art Practice, Victoria Callanan. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the same name and by the same authority, I have the honour to present the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Jude Browning. Jennifer Thatcher. Jake Watts.
I call upon Mr. Mal Birkinshaw, Head of the ECA School of Design.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Senatus Academicus, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honours in Animation, Patrick Cahoon. Jason Galatinsky. Daisy Hutchins. Anna McDougall. Daniel O'Reilly. Leo Tam. Faye Wallace. And with honours in fashion, Celia Birchall. Ellie Butler. Katie Christie. Elle Cundall. Eve Ballon. Sophia Gillespie. Kiara Jack. Izzy Jones. Katharina Nathan. Esther Nixon. Ella Parr. Christopher Reed. Emily Renee Ricordo. Sang Ching. Amelia C. Rowan Stallen. Isabel Taylor. May Taylor. Robin Taylor. Chenwei Yuan. Yue Xuan. And with honours in film and television, Lucia Brady. Roberto Campioni. Libby Carpenter. Jacob Gandhi. Esme Lily Hadrill Selman. Nina Morgan. Monica Navitsketa. Charles O'Brien. Sejin Park. Jonathan Payne. Molly Simmons. Tyler Tappin. Laura Wiggett. Jung Lishin.
Ms. Rachel Simmons will now present a candidate for an honorary degree in absentia.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Senatus Academicus, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor Honoris Causa in absentia Mr. John Patrick Byrne. All the world's a stage and all the men and women mere players, wrote Shakespeare in his play As You Like It. This is also the title of the largest and most unusual painting done by renowned Scottish artist John Byrne, which you can see less than a mile from here, inside the dome of the King's Theatre. This monumental painting encapsulates in its 10-metre diameter John's ability to play with both image and words. He started his working life in Stoddard's carpet factory in his hometown of Paisley in the late 1950s. That short time in the slab room, where colours used in the carpet-making process are ground and mixed, proved key in his journey to becoming one of the most respected and recognised contemporary Scottish artists and playwrights. His determination to go to art school set in motion his professional training, part of which was undertaken here at Edinburgh College of Art. His ability to weave complex narratives into his work is not just reserved for his paintings and prints. He started writing plays in the 1970s, and his Slab Boy trilogy and many others have been performed throughout Scotland and even on Broadway. We see the themes of music, art and working class Scotland also appear through his multi-BAFTA-winning television dramas of the 1980s, Tutti Frutti and Your Cheating Heart. He creates characters who are far from perfect, beautifully articulating their flaws and the reasons for them, writing about the dark as well as lighter side of Scotland. In 2005, he was elected an academician of the Royal Scottish Academy of Art and Architecture. The John Byrne Award, an online competition and exhibition set up in his name in 2012, has provided thousands of pounds of prizes to hundreds of aspiring artists. In 2013, the BBC included him in their documentary series, What Do Artists Do All Day? His work is held in public and private collections and galleries throughout the world. He currently has retrospective shows in both Edinburgh and Glasgow, and his latest musical play, Underwood Lane, is set to have its world premiere tomorrow at the Tron Theatre. He is also respected as a set designer, costume designer, illustrator, children's book author, fashion icon. I could go on, but we would be here all day. So I will allow William Shakespeare to sum up John. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women mere players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his act being 7 ages. Madam Vice-Chancellor, I now invite you to confer in absentia on Mr. John Patrick Byrne the degree of Doctor Honoris Causa.
By the authority vested in me, I admit John Byrne to the degree. I think we have a film from John.
You're all having a lovely day. I wish I was there with you. I would like to sincerely thank Edinburgh University for this honour. It means a lot to me, especially as Edinburgh is my adopted city. I have had 16 happy years in this wonderful city. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I understand John is watching us from home, so many congratulations, John. I call again upon Mr. Mal Birkinshaw.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Senatus Academicus, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honours in graphic design, Harley Benches. Dora Botizatu. Adele Craig. Kirsten Dixon. Ella Dunicliffe. Marcos Iano. Hannah Khan. Romilly King. Ellie Senior. Lucy Simmons. Roanna Vanos. Laura Villarreal Puertas. Eliza Williams. And with honours in illustration, Lauren Ballantyne. Anna Brodestadt. Poppy Brooke. Yuyin Chan. Alice Clark. Mark Gostelli. Celeste John Wood. Nazifa Khatun. Digby Lambert. Wei Ching Liu. Ewan Mackey. Amy McPherson. Anna Merrin. Paulina Met. Freya Moran. Holly Overs. Ross Richardson. Georgia Smith. Sophie Smith. Anna Stenning. Kirsty Wade. Di-Ching Wang. Yenny Wong. And with honours in interior design, Molly Beresford. Anna Bishop. Moira Geddes. Nova Ma. Grayson Holly Roman Chico. Annabelle Turner. Tara Whittaker. Yutong Zhao. And with honours in jewellery and silversmithing, Stevie Adams. Alex Barnes. Kate Beale. Guy Connors. Ding Yuan Liu. And with honours in performance costume, Katie Anderson. Kalbir Frioff. Lydia Buagi. Karenza Dickens. Catherine Elliott. Isabella Jones Rigby. Kirstine Leith. Ruth Main. Zoe Murdoch. Sherazad Pediu. Cara Veach Phillip. Micah Fenslove Ruiz. And with honours in product design, Imogen Hacking. Tilly Jackson. Camila Jimenez Hall. Cameron Kelly. And with honours in textiles, Leila Chauhan. Hope Connican Holmes. Rachel Farron. Chloe Greaves. Lucia Hijazi. Grace Joyram. Hazel McKillop. Jasmine Newman. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the same name and by the same authority, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Performance Costume, Calvin Teasdale. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the same name and by the same authority, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Art, ECA, in illustration, Kat Eastman. And in interior design, Sinead Russell. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the same name and by the same authority, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Fine Art in Animation, Adam Schwartz. And in glass, Ames Truscott. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the same name and by the same authority, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Lisa Naz. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Senatus Academicus, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Arts with honours in History of Art, Sophie Walker. And with honours in History of Art and English Literature, Ottilie Blackhall. Madam Vice-Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Senatus Academicus, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Arts with honours in History of Art and English Literature, Michael Schützer-Weissmann.
Members of Court, General Counsel, Senatus Academicus, colleagues, graduates and guests. You are and always will be a very special group of graduates, having worked through such adversity during the pandemic to achieve so much. We're all immensely proud of you and are delighted that you could be here today, some of you more than a year after you completed your degree, to literally cap off your experience at Edinburgh. Graduations are always days of celebration, where all your hard work has finally come to fruition, and where we, as your mentors, families and supporters, can congratulate you and celebrate with you. The university flags are flying on our buildings right across the city to signal our pride in you, and I've been adding my own personal congratulations to each and every one of you as you cross the stage to graduate today. You're members of a truly extraordinary institution. Founded in 1583, the University of Edinburgh has a distinctive and distinguished history, throughout which it has served the world and made a positive difference, both through its research into the major challenges of the time and as a seat of learning through the careers and future contributions of graduates like yourselves. Our graduates come from all around the world, making this university wonderfully international, and we really value the cultural diversity and rich community that this brings. We currently have more than 45,000 students and around 16,000 staff from over 160 different countries making up our community. Whilst being so international, the university is nevertheless still deeply rooted in Scotland. We have close ties with the nation and with this its capital city, and student volunteering, our community engagement work and partnerships with all the cultural festivals and organisations are developing these ties further every year. This diversity in the university and city is one of its greatest strengths, making it an exciting and enriching place to live, work and study. In the current international climate, it's perhaps particularly important to reinforce this pride in our university being deeply embedded in a broad international community, and to emphasise the respect and welcome we extend to each and every one of those who come to work and study with us from all across the world. Today we're celebrating with graduates from Edinburgh College of Art. ECA has had a very successful year, and I'll just give a few highlights here. We were delighted to welcome visitors back to experience a showcase of work by many of these graduating students last month, featuring work from the schools of art, design, music, architecture and landscape architecture. We welcomed visitors to discover and explore this new generation of creatives. This year's graduates have faced continued challenges across the last 2 years of their studies, but they've met these head-on with creativity, intelligence, resilience and hope for the future. This year, for the first time, the students will exhibit together in the main building on Lauriston campus in the return of our full in-person exhibition. Students from art and history of art will be exhibition invigilators at the Venice Biennale this summer, during which ECA alumna and current ECA PhD student Alberta Whittle presents her work Deep Dive, Uncoiling Memory, a work of film, sculpture, tapestry and painting. Alberta's work explores a personal story of racial identity, belonging and place in today's world. The exhibition invigilators will have an opportunity to further engage with the artist and the work, as well as develop their artistic and professional skills in the arts sector and gain invaluable experience and connections. A cross-year student-led design agency project continues to work with the sector, professional mentors from across the globe, and a number of real clients. This year, students presented at COP26 and pitched against each other on a rebrand project for Summer Hall Cinema. Interior design students this year ambitiously demonstrated how every designer can engage with UN goals in their self-selected final projects. Working together to collectively challenge the status quo, they developed design solutions aiming to address a range of sustainable development goals where interior design can play a significant part. As well as congratulating our graduates, today is also a time for them to thank those who have helped them along the way, many who are here with us or are watching online, and others who are sadly not able to join in the celebrations, but who are in our thoughts. A first thanks must go to the staff of the university. As graduates, you've been helped from initial application right through to graduation today by skilled and dedicated staff throughout the university in both academic and professional roles. Not least, all of those who've done so much to make today's ceremony run smoothly. They're represented both on the platform behind me and also all around the hall. It's also a pleasure to acknowledge the work of the university's court and general council, represented on the platform today by our rector Deborah Kayembe, Professor Anne Smythe, and Lady Joyce Kaplan, and to commend the many initiatives that they're involved with to support our students and alumni. Please join with me in applauding my academic and professional services colleagues, the Students' Association, and those who give their time to support the whole university on the Court and General Council. Today we've also conferred honorary degrees on Professor Charles Escher and Mr. John Byrne for their outstanding work and careers. Please join me in congratulating them both once more. As you join the distinguished ranks of Edinburgh University alumni, please do keep in touch with us and with each other through our network of alumni groups in cities right across the world, as well as through our online community called Platform One. This now has more than 16,000 members. These in-person and online communities reach across the world with people who were in your place just a few years ago and are now in all types of roles and careers, and they can support you as you embark on the next stage of your lives. So please do get involved. Details are in the graduation programme. Before we conclude, let me turn to the last thanks from our graduates. I know that for many, if not all of you, today's celebration would just not be taking place if it hadn't been for the support that you've received from those closest to you. All their help has been vital, and I know both you, our graduates, and indeed all of us at the university, are very grateful to your families and friends. And now is the time to publicly thank them. So can all the graduates please stand and turn towards where your supporters are sitting and applaud them for helping you reach this graduation day. Thank you. In many ways, the greatest impact our university has on the world is through you as our graduates and what you go on to do. You're obviously graduating at a time of major uncertainties and challenges in the world, But these are challenges that your values, creativity, commitment and expertise can help us interpret and navigate. You've certainly learnt so much about managing uncertainty and building resilience over the last couple of years. So we're all confident that you'll make a really positive difference whatever path you take. As the initial anthem that our choir sang to us today said, "Go and be stars in the dark." But you can leave all the world changing until tomorrow. Today is purely for celebration. So finally, I wish each and every one of you success and happiness for the future. And I'd like to ask my colleagues and all our guests to join with me in applauding this wonderful collection of successful graduates. On behalf of the Senatus Academicus, I conclude this ceremony. Will those who can please rise?